Hallo und willkommen zum 13. Video von 3 Minuten Deutsch. Today we're going to be talking about more stuff with word order. Today we're talking about inverted word order, which is something that confuses a lot of English speakers. First of all, let's clarify what I mean by inverted word order. Normally you start a German sentence with your subject of the sentence, and then your verb, and then other stuff of some sort. This, however, does not always have to be the case. You can start the sentence with things that are not the subject. This is what we call inverted word order. The most common way to do this is used with the time element. So you put the time element first, then you have your verb, and then your subject. Since the subject comes after the verb, that's why we call it inverted word order. In English, if you start the sentence with the time element, you would separate it off by a comma and then just say the rest of the sentence. So you would say something like, today, comma, I'm going to the store. In German, however, you would have to start off with heute, then your verb, gehe, and then ich, which is your subject. Then you could fill in with the rest of the sentence. Let's do some examples. Ich gehe heute Abend ins Kino. Heute Abend gehe ich ins Kino. Wir essen Eier morgen zum Frühstück. Morgen essen wir Eier zum Frühstück. Hans geht um 3 Uhr nach Hause. Um 3 Uhr geht Hans nach Hause. As you can see, if you start the sentence with the time element, your verb stays in second position and then your subject goes in the third spot. The reason you might do this is it adds a little bit of emphasis on the time element of the sentence. While that is true, it's actually usually done just to add some flair to your sentence. While it is most common to use this with the time element, you can, grammatically speaking, start the sentence with all kinds of other things. You can start it with a direct object or the place. The same grammar rules apply here, but in this case we're actually drawing a lot more attention to that particular thing. It's used mostly whenever somebody's like hard of hearing, you're in a loud area, and you can't really hear what it is that they're saying. So, here are a few examples. Ich kaufe einen Hund heute Nachmittag. Was kaufst du? Einen Hund kaufe ich. Ich gehe jetzt nach Hause. Wohin gehst du? Nach Hause gehe ich. To a lot of Germans, those last several examples would just sound like Yoda talk. It's backwards and weird, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless you're just trying to really emphasize that particular thing. In a real German conversation, I would probably only use this grammar with the subject going first or with the time element going first. Those are the two that I use all the time. It's actually become second nature to me to just put the time element first and then just say the rest of the sentence without even thinking about it at this point. I do it that often. This idea is actually really easy to practice, and that's what I want you to do for your assignment today. Write down in the comments what your plans are for today, tomorrow, and the day after. Heute, morgen, und übermorgen. You can start each of your sentences with each of those respective words, and then tell me what it is that you are going to do. You don't need the future tense quite yet for this. This actually just implies the future tense using those words. Das ist alles für heute. Danke fürs Zuschauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.